Hello and welcome to tip 2 of how to fit in the workplace. Now tip 2 is stimulate your social life outside of work. Now I know you're thinking, what does that have to do with my social life inside of work? Well, I need to explain some concepts here. People like other people who are uplifting, who are, complete, they have their own lives in terms of social, dynamic, ambition. They like hearing these things. So even when you're like updating, asking how your weekend's been, if someone is doing lots of things, then they're enthusiastic in it. They like to update people and talk about it. I mean, even you guys like yourselves, if you have an event happening the weekend, and somebody asks how your weekend has been, you're probably going to mention that event with a bit of passion and enthusiasm. Conversely, if people are always asking you how was your weekend and you always say, well, it was all right, nothing much happened, I didn't get up to anything. If you keep saying that constantly, people are going to get the impression that you have no social life, sadly, and that is quite a bit of repellent. So yeah, stimulate your social life in order to get better reception at work. So how do you do this? I certainly don't recommend lying, because lying is quite transparent, to be honest. You normally tend to be inconsistent and overcompensating. So what can we do? Well, if you have quite a stable friend circle, I would definitely suggest inviting people to go out or to hang out or whatever. Always accepting invites, having plans. Basically, you just need to keep busy in order to have stuff to be doing all the time. I want to concentrate more on those guys who have inconsistent friends or very few friends or no friends at all. I want to help you guys out as well. So what can we do in this case? Well, you're gonna have to be a bit brave in order to generate your social circle. I'm not going to recommend going out and just approaching random people. I think that's quite impractical, and I haven't heard of people having a huge social circle out of that. But what I would recommend is joining social activities, clubs, events where there's people there that you can build a rapport with over time, to the point where you can hopefully become friends and do stuff outside of that activity. If your social anxiety is gonna stop you from doing this, and that is something that I do think that you need to address. Trying out new things, meeting new people is not really something that you can skip over in life. So it's better to actually get that tackled more than anything. But back to the actual subject. Just have a bit of a brainstorm. Look in your local newspaper, your local website, anything, and just don't be picky. Do not be picky. It's not a university degree or anything. Just anything that you're vaguely interested, just do it. Like I say, suggestions I can think of. I do dance classes. I did dance classes. There's foreign language classes. There's church. You can go. That happens every Sunday, or if you're a Muslim, every Friday. Whatever. Martial arts, anything. The activity, even though you do have to have some interest in the activity isn't really as important as the fact that it is like a social setting. So, it's the long-term aspect of it is very important. I mean, you do have these things called meetups where you like meet up a group one time with the intention of making friends. I think that's very pressurized, because if you don't do anything at that time, that's it, it's gone forever. Whereas something that's more long-term, you've got a much more relaxed setting. So, like I say, I did salsa years ago. Right, I started years ago. I didn't know anybody when I first started. I just went into there. I was nervous. It was to help tackle my social anxiety. But after about 6 months of going there, because I'd seen these people regularly and we all had this general aim of improving in salsa, we built a rapport together and we became good friends. That was after about 6 months. I was actually stuck with it for years, and that was a great benefit. Another example is that Remember in tip 1, I talked about that work training where during the lunch we didn't know each other. I mean, that was, I've got to stop shaking, so I just got this go. Yeah, the light's there, but that's fine. Anyway, in that work placement, in the first day, like, none of us knew each other. So if it was like a 1-day work placement and we all just left, nothing would have happened. We wouldn't have known each other or anything. But because it was 2 weeks and we saw each other day after day over the same objective, we built that rapport. And at the end of the 2 weeks, we ended up, exchanging numbers, so that was good. The point is, it's not just about the activity, it's about making friends, it's about being a more complete person, and this gives you things that you can naturally talk about. You don't have to make stuff up on the spot, and so that will help you build rapport with your colleagues. So that's tip 2, stimulate your social life outside of work. Tip 3 is coming up soon. Just click on the description below, but I'll see you then. Bye bye.